right, guys, this is the big one. This is the massive one. This is the full walkthrough for Black Myth Wukong for those of you that need it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Most people have had problems with this game. I really only had problems with one boss. I pretty much won first try or second try to every boss in the game. So I think maybe I just have a special build or something, that because I've seen people do some weird builds that just don't work very well. Now we are doing our third playthrough. So I think this one's going to be the hardest playthrough. The second playthrough is actually very easy if you actually did everything in the game the first time you went through it. But my only recommendation for those of you that are coming here, and this is going to be your first playthrough, try and do everything just so you can get as many points as possible or as many upgrade tokens as possible so that your second playthrough is a lot easier. This is more so cleanup, you know what I mean? I want to do everything to show you guys what you need to do, but this is for those of you that are just trying to get the rest of the achievements. With that, there's only two things that I have left, which I have to upgrade one more flask, and then I have to get one more armor set from a drop. There's actually a surprising amount of farming in this game. You have to do a lot of farming, which sucks, especially with the seeds. The seeds were a nightmare. I'm sure some of you are here like, oh, maybe this guy will show me where to get the final tree pearl seed, which was a nightmare. That one took me hours to get. Actually, it took me a couple days to get. So yeah, either way, I had a lot of fun with this game. It's going to be game of the year, I think. I don't think anything's going to come out. It's one of my favorite non-Souls games, I would say. I thought this was very well put together for a mobile company especially. So we're going to continue the cycle. We're going to do our third playthrough. I'm going to show you guys kind of the first part of this is going to be me showing you the loadout and what you guys need. For those of you that finish the game and just need a checklist, I will show you guys the checklist so that you guys can get what you need. We can't really show you the seeds till later, but yeah, so let's get her done. So as I said, we're just going to skip through all this. This first boss fight, I didn't even know you could die during it, to be honest with you. I thought it was just a test, you know? So for this is where you want to test your dodging.
Those above and that black mutt of yours.
And just get used to it, you know?
Come at me, all of you.
So I think we're going to do this by chapter. I think that's probably the best way to do it, but so I always kind of wait until I build up my full hit so that I can just charge up and boom, hit him hard.
For that word, all realms and beings have ruined themselves.
I just want to put this bad boy in performance mode for you guys. Oh,
Thou, purity.
go ahead.
Unleash your might.
Damn. Bummer. I did not realize that he dodges that. So, It's funny, as someone who, for some of you, maybe you've seen my Souls game playthroughs, but this game, like, there's really no tricks that I can give you. There's a couple bosses where you can, but really it's just get your dodges down. We're going to do some back and forth, but the first chapter is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's just do it. I don't know how we're going to do, like, the secondary missions just yet. We're going to do everything possible, obviously, and all the spirits and everything. We're not going to recollect everything, obviously, but I will show you guys, like, what you need. So real fast, as we get in there, I'm going to show you what armor set I used, which is the best armor set, I guess you can call it. It's definitely the best. There's no question about it. Just high defense. One thing I noticed with this game is you want to build as much defense as possible, just because. So in your new game playthroughs, you will get a lot more XP. Trust me, a lot. So real fast, let's just go through some inventory. Now, Jingubang is not the best weapon, but it's the best because it allows you to store your fourth focus point, which is why I strongly recommend it. That way you can hold a fourth charge instead of having it decay over time. Really nice, especially for boss fights and if you're trying to just get that last hit off. If you don't like that one, just use whatever you feel is best, but we're going to get a lot of crafting materials. So by the end of your second playthrough, you'll pretty much get every achievement if you follow this guide. And then just the other thing. So if this is your second playthrough or third, you will know that you can actually start adding more than just a single relic. You can start adding. So what do I want here? When one performance per moves, duplicate will follow suit for a short duration, activating the life-saving strand, escapes death. Significantly, that's not a bad one, but let's do more damage. So by the end of this game, I will be able to max out my relics, which is really cool. So for those of you that are here for like how to do this the easiest, obviously you want to use this. This thing staggers every boss. I basically built a stagger build. That's what we're going to use. I strongly recommend using the Wandering Right because, or White, however you want to pronounce it, because it increases your defense significantly, but also has that headbutt that just does so much damage. So this is the list for those of you that are here for items. So I will just quickly go through this and you can pause and stop whatever you need. So there's only one thing that I'm missing, which is the arm guards that you get from one of the side bosses later on. And there's a very easy way of getting it. But this is all of the armor and weapon sets. I'll quickly show you guys all the weapons too, if that's what you're looking for. Boom. So here's all of your staves, and then obviously you have like trees to it, but yeah. What else? So this is, put this on. This is your Celestial Registry tablet. If you don't have this, we'll get it later. This one's really nice for obtaining materials. Yeah, so go with that. This is more defense, so this considerably increases defense. And then this one, for a brief moment after a see-through, the enemies see-through enemies considerably increases attack. I think that, truth be told, I'm not 100% sure what that means. I think it's when you use your immobilize. I think that's what it means to see through, but I'm not sure. But either way, that's what worked for me. The gourd I'm using is the maxed out gourd. I will show you guys how to get that as well. At most, if you don't do the side mission for it, which is kind of hard to miss, you'll have this to +9, which is more than enough. And then, yeah, so the other thing that you have to worry about is in our inventory. Well, we could go through drinks in a second. So let's look at our stats. So I went with the martial arts and survival. I maxed everything out over here. You'll get through that very quickly. But before you do that, the one thing that you absolutely want to max out is what's called life-saving strand. If you did the super secret side mission in the first playthrough or second playthrough, you will have this. It allows you to resurrect sometimes. I very rarely used it, but it is really nice to have for the harder bosses later on, which is really just the last few bosses. What else can I tell you? Max out your cloud step and immobilize. I didn't use any of the other ones, and nor do I plan on it. The other thing is just max out your smash stance. The reason I like the smash stance is because it does a little more damage than the other two, and also You get a lot of immunity frames when you're fighting, so that's why I strongly recommend it. So try and follow this guide if you can, and then what we're going to do, what do I want to max out here? I'm going to start probably working on transformations. Just, you don't have to use this, but I do strongly recommend it. How many more do I have? That's it. Perfect. What else can I tell you?
Mischievous as ever.
Yeah. I mean, next thing we'll have to do is go through, get to the first bonfire. So, real fast, this is a seed. You're going to see, or oh, sorry, it's a flower. You're going to see a lot of these. One of the hardest achievements to get in this game, which you will hear many people complain about, is there's a rarity chance that you will get a seed for that plant. There's 15 seeds, I believe, and yes, they are a pain in the ass to get. So you will be grabbing pretty much all of these when you see them. So, as I said, this playthrough, because it's my third playthrough, is probably going to be more similar to New Game rather than New Game Plus, just because of the lack of damage. But, yeah. So, if I missed anything in this playthrough, please let people know in the comments. But I'm going to be as detailed as possible. Now, you will see that I will get different things out of my chests and stuff because I would have already got them. So, I don't remember what it is that you get, but you will get everything in this game if you follow this guide.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Okay, offer incense. Now, the reason we're offering incense is first we want to go to the store. Now, you don't have to buy anything on your first playthrough. If you want this, you can. Maximum stamina. It doesn't really matter. Crafting weapons. This is where you get your armor sets and weapons. We don't have to worry about that. But if we go to our brewing. Now, this is all of the potential drinks. So these are all of them. Once I upgrade the lamb brew, I should get the achievement for all brews. So just make sure that you have this. Here's all of the soaks. Every single one is here. I will slowly go through these for you guys. And if you want to like slow down the video, there you go. These are what you're looking for. If you don't have one, I would strongly recommend just Googling it. Fextra Life has it pretty much all set for you. So, yeah. All right, guys. After all that, let's start our playthrough. The monkey is back. Yeah, he is. So I'm gonna try and grab every plant for you guys. I can't guarantee I'll get the seeds, but yeah. So, well, you know, it might take too much time. I mean, it's not like you guys are blind. I'm sure you'll find them. I mean, they glow. So, finding farms is not too difficult either. The only ones that you're probably gonna have problems with is the ones in the ice area. Okay. So this is the first of the stones for the medic. Now, or pill maker if you call him that. This is very late game, but make sure you grab this now. This is the Skanda of form cannot hold any more of these. So just make sure that you grab it. It won't say that for you if it's your first or second playthrough. I think you can only have 2. Well, actually, probably just the one. Probably set it from the last game too. These guys are poisonous when they explode, so just watch out for them. So as you can see, maybe behind here, I'm gonna just show you guys. Boom. So as you can see, the reason we use this staff is because it doesn't decay. That's the main purpose of this. So I can store a charge, go right into a boss, and just nail them. So that's why I find this one a lot more useful than one of the high damage ones. So I can just, and this thing has insane distance if you have, right? Like think about that. I can basically go as far as if I was to use long pole. Perfect. Mind core. So you might get a lot of, so in your second playthrough, you are going to get a lot of mind cores. The reason that those are important is because when we meet the medic or pill maker, you can actually do permanent stat upgrades, and a lot of people don't realize that you can do that. I think people really look over that, so that's why it's very important to grab those. You can farm for them in certain areas. I think I have a lot of them, but you will get plenty in your second playthrough, if not your first. All right, let's fight this first boss, and I'm going to show you what stagger damage looks like. Come here. So, now he's in a lock. So see, just by doing that, you get through quite a lot of his health bar. Very easy. So just by doing that, and as you know, that always you can always refill that when you rest. The one thing we didn't talk about yet is my transformation. So I have Azure Dome. So Azure Dome is something you get at the end of the game in the first playthrough. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget if you get it from that or the Lulong or whatever fight. But if you don't have this, this allows me to turn in my monkey form, which is a very good form. Obviously, that's why I'm using it. But if you have one that you're more comfortable with, you can use it. The one thing that's nice about the monkey form is you, one, you can get a lot of health back by using your moves. And the second thing is, if you die, you can actually use your resurrection, and it doesn't count towards your human form resurrection. So essentially, you can have 2 resurrections in a boss fight. Again, as I said, I never had to use that, so I'm just saying if you need it, definitely use it. But I'm just going to go around and kind of kill everything, because I want to max out my character, truth be told. I think I will.
Master said so.
So as I said, I'm also going to kind of keep this as unedited as possible, especially when we're just going through so you guys can see the map and stuff. Just like we do with all the other games, the Souls games and whatnot. So over here is our first meditation point. Meditation points are basically a free skill point. So there's 21 in the game, I believe, and I think we're going to hit all of them. If I miss them, just look around. They're not, again, you're going to get so much XP, it really doesn't matter. So I actually didn't get a full skill point for that. So that kind of just goes to show how over-leveled I am. All right, we're going into cricket form. So this is cricket mode. I never used this once in the game. It lets you see ahead. I don't even know how to use it, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I think it was just something interesting they wanted to put into the game, and that was it. You know? Oh, just transform. You don't have to do anything in this. Come here. So this area is a little wonky. It's kind of a weird layout. So we're gonna go left first.
Just follow my voice.
There's a seed or plant, whatever you want to call it. There's not much to it on this side, but we will fight this dude, and then there's going to be one guy up ahead that does have quite a bit of health. So I'm going to charge up just because I don't have a full bar yet. Nice. Chest number 1. Okay. So we'll go over the bridge just because there's this arrow guy. Whenever there's something getting shot at you, just use your ability to, by holding your left bumper, it allows you to do this, which basically blocks all ranged attacks unless it's like a laser beam. There's quite a few bosses in this game that obviously you can't block that. So, yeah. Over here, there's really nothing. Nothing under the bridge. That'll loop back. I know this is kind of a convoluted way of doing this, but that's where we just came from. That was where we just fought that guy that was next to the chest. Now we have this dude. Big hit. So this is actually an entrance to a secret area that we don't have access to just yet. We'll probably do that when we go through chapter 2. Again, I'm not 100% sure how I want to separate this out, but there's a bunch of side mission stuff that we need to do at some point. So, more plants and stuff. And you've pretty much just cleared this. So, nice. What else? We could fight the guy, this dude now, which is where you get your, it's where you get your headbutt ability. So this guy gives everyone problems, and I definitely did have some problems with him the first time, but he's really not that hard, especially if you have the stagger ability. If not, just kind of sit back and kind of slap at him a little bit, but as I'll show you, he's pretty easy. Just back him into a corner. He's not going to attack you till you attack him. Do that. Get some hits in. So by killing him, we're going to get this ability. So if you're looking for it now, you might as well. We'll take it. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing nearly as much damage as I did in my second playthrough. So, as long as you hit him hard enough, he's not going to be able to do too much to you. See, if I can just keep doing this, this is why I love this fight style, because it's really easy to just stagger lock things. Okay. So, one thing you always want to know, whenever you get a blue spirit like this, oh, there's your first Curios or Soak, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you get a blue spirit like this, it will automatically fill your gourd. So I have the ability, which you'll get later, which allows me to get, if my healing's max, I can get my mana up. So I'm just going to drink those and then hit take, and then you'll see my gourd will go back to full. Now, if you miss a spirit, like say you kill a guy and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to pick it up, you can go to a shrine and it'll actually give it back to you. So you don't have to worry about missing any spirits. So let's go this way. There's not much over here. We're just going to take these two out. For some reason I think there's a chest over here, but it's been a bit. No, it's just the seedling, whatever you want to call it. All right, this boss will be, if this is your first playthrough, the soul that you get from this boss is what you're going to want to use for most of the game, just because it's so good. I used it the whole first playthrough. It's basically a fire dash, so yeah. But this boss, kind of a pushover. If you have any abilities, just, you know, use them. He's another one you might want to just stagger lock the shit out of. Whoa. Big head, bud. So that move is what I've been using in my first playthrough, essentially. Big stagger. Sweet. Okay. Spoke of you. So here's where you would get this staff. I forget if it was good at the time, but It's probably pretty decent. I recommend it. Red Tides. You know what? I guess I don't care about XP as much anymore, so maybe I'll switch it out for something that's like maybe even another one of those. Maybe I'll just up my defense even more, just because I have 2 of these. I don't really care about XP, and honestly, it's not that much of a boost. But anyway, this was technically a secondary boss. It's a side boss that you don't have to do, but it leads to a side mission. So there's 3 bells in the first chapter that we have to hit, and we can get a really nice passive ability, I guess you can call it. Kind of like our wind fan. There's actually another passive you get, which is higher defense. Strongly recommend. I used it for my first playthrough, so it's really useful.
Noise, did you? Now everyone knows you're here.
Good.
When a chime so grand echoes in the forest, Yao Guais will surely be alarmed.
So if you go over this bridge to the right here, it just takes you right back to the resting point where the bonfire was. So if you go straight, it's where we got to the shrine, I should say. I'm going to try and say shrine instead of bonfire. So just take this route. Keep it going. Wait. No, it's not this one. For some reason, I thought I'm thinking of a different part. I just jumbled the 2. See, this area you never come back to, so I don't really remember where to, like the exacts on where to go, like what I missed, but I'm sure I'll find it. My one recommendation for this game is to learn dodging. Like, dodging is definitely going to be one of the most important aspects of this game by a long shot. So, the Guainin Temple.
Keep quiet. You don't want to set off that beast.
Yes, I do.
In the backyard is Black Wind Guai's ally. Calls itself Lingshutsa. Considering your strength, I suggest you get away while you can, little monkey.
So we'll rest up, just so we have our abilities back. This is another one, just stagger lock the crap out of them. These are just extra will, extra currency, so you don't really have to collect those. I didn't collect them really at all in my second playthrough, but there's a chest over here. I don't think there's one on the other side. I should sell those pieces of gold.
Once you pass that gate, there's no turning back.
Yeah. All right. So this guy, giant tiger, all you do, stagger lock the crap out of him. If not, just make sure your dodgers are good. I would have liked him to be closer to... Yeah, like that was not a good... that was not a good fan right there. You want to kind of make sure that they're trapped in a corner before you use it, just because, or at least near a corner, because that way they get stagger locked. Come on, do your little jump. Come on, do it. Ow, that stung a bit, I won't lie. Ooh. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. So the only downside to this this fighting style is that you don't really have the range for a guy like this, but again, it really does not matter much. Big hit. no. Bummer. Do it. I will say, I think that this playthrough is going to be significantly harder than the second, just because this guy I finished in like less than 10 seconds, the second playthrough. So, what sucks is you can't really scale anything from your armor set perspective, because this armor doesn't have an upgrade, which kind of blows, but...
Now that it's dead, you might as well take a good look around. A great pill, the black-winged guai, gifted the wolf. Finding it would be a deserving reward for that fight.
I don't think there's anything back here. Oh, yeah, this chest. These chests are more so material chests. It's really the big wood chests that we care about. Yeah, like stuff like that you just kind of sell. Or it's crafting material, so grab it anyway, but, yeah. Sweet. Not that one, this one. So you're gonna get you get something here. I believe it's a curious, but I already have it, so it's one of the first curiouses you get, which is essentially just a drinking buff